Sorare's new free-to-play common mode has really changed the game, I think, for just mobile fantasy football gaming. The common mode is completely free-to-play, you don't need to put any money into the game to get up and running. And I've been firmly bit by the bug where this has got a solid 4 minutes into my morning routine, where I'll wake up, do all my stuff that I normally do, school runs and everything else, and then when you get that little bit of time in the car before you drive off or after everyone's went away, whatever it is, I'll check in on the missions tab on my Sorare app. And I'll open my free daily pack, which gives me 5 free players every single day. And then from there, once I've opened up the pack, seen if there's any doublers, any new exciting players that could come into my fantasy teams, I'll then go over and I'll just click through all the little mission segments on the panel to unlock other free cards as well as discard duplicates, gain more essence, which helps me to buy some of the packs, level up some cards, think about the players that are really going to play the biggest part in my fantasy football common team for the weekend coming up. And really the sequence of doing this that you're probably seeing on screen now has been, probably edited and kind of hastened a little bit, but sincerely, this full thing takes about 3 or 4 minutes to do, and by the end of it, we get 6 wheel spins. And the great thing about wheel spins is it's a nice little bit of fun to maybe get some more essence, some more XP, and even some extra cards into your gallery as well, into your roster, to go and help you build out the rest of your lineups for the weekend, fantasy football action. Now, if you're a brand new player, this is a great part of the game to start with, to really learn the ropes and figure out what players you like and, that are good in the game, etc. As well as what leagues and competitions you're maybe actually good at forecasting. And if you're a Sorare manager that's been around the block once or twice, this is a great little part of my routine, certainly, just to keep up to speed with scores and players and who played at the weekend, and, maybe even different players that I don't have exposure to in my gallery that I can get some use of in this competition, which is just a little bit of fun, or maybe just a little bit of, that try before you buy element. And if you are brand new to Sorare and you've not even started up your account yet, there's a link in the description in this video that will get you $150, pounds, euros, whatever your currency is, of market credit to go out and actually build a real Sorare team of limited, rare, super rare cards, whatever it is you're after. That $150, pounds, euros will be on your account from when you sign up, and the way it works is it makes all your purchases 50% off, so you can spend the whole thing in one go on a £300 player and you'd get them at half price, or you could buy 300 £1 players and only pay 150 for them. However it is you want to do it, and you don't need to spend the full thing, of course. That link is the best way to sign up to play Sorare. It supports me directly and all the content that I produce, so if you do get stuck, if you've got any questions, just jump into the comment section down below and I'll come and help you out. And if you're after any full-on beginner tutorials on how to get up and running and playing Sorare for yourself, again, you'll find them in the description of the video, or check my YouTube channel homepage. But in the full video today, I'm going to be going through exactly how I'm using the commons to really enhance my own gallery, my own strategies, my own decision making, and really where it does fit into the grand scheme of all the other scarcities and strategies that are running here on the channel for, the Sorare stuff that we're doing for Sorare 26. At any point in the video, if you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do hit like and subscribe for more content like this, and get into the comment section and let me know your thoughts and feelings and your exposure, your gameplay experience so far with the common mode, as it helps you ID any players, as it helps you decide what competition to play, anything like that. But yeah, let's just get stuck straight into this one. Because as you would have seen in that little opening sequence of me on my mobile phone in the morning, this is the first thing I'm getting up to in the day that really does set me off for, right, what is going on football wise, what games are on today, do I have any players in action, have I still got some teams running, etc, where am I at with everything. But then after that, it does set me up quite nicely to go through and do my limited ones, which I've not done yet. I've not done my rare ones today either. I think I was so focused on recording the screen recording bit, I forgot to actually do the rest of my morning routine, where the comment section is like 3-4 minutes. I think that recording raw is like 5.5 minutes with all the little pauses and waiting for screens to load, etc. But then after that I'll go and do my rares and everything, and that'll kind of build me up to like maybe 10 minutes into my real life kind of full gallery morning routine. And these daily missions, by the way, no matter what scarcity you're playing, whether it is just common and you're going through all the stuff that I like to do on my phone now in the morning, or whether you're playing Sorare Pro proper and you're in the limited, the rare, or the the super rare categories, whatever it is you're going after, the XP and the essence that gets paid out with this is absolutely massive. When I came out of the last game week, my rare essence was sitting at like 2,300 and it's now just under 2,700. I have gained an extra 400 essence over the last couple of days from playing these missions, and they're going to continue going on. Now, as I'm on this screen, I am tempted actually to pull that lever, but I am going to refrain just yet. I am going to hang on a little bit longer because I've got some bigger fish to fry. Now, for me, who's a Sorare Sorare manager who's been around the block once or twice. I don't have access to sign-up credits and all the rest of it, and getting market credits is very valuable and makes life a hell of a lot easier. And the common mode is a really tangible way of doing that. We do need to go and hit a 4 hot streak to unlock a $5 credit, or go all the way on a 5 run hot streak to unlock the $20, which the way you acquire cards purely at random via packs doesn't mean that that's quite as easy as you would think. But the great thing about the common mode is you get broken into leaderboards of 100 every single game week, and it means you're always going to be guaranteed an essence payout, and it's just quite fun to see yourself get much higher up. There's a little bit of personal achievement in that regard. But for anyone that's not a new player, it's really just about unlocking these streaks. And with them being available in the Premier League, La Liga, Liga 1 and the Bundesliga, it's, 4 opportunities, 4 bites at the cherry to go after it. Now, I kind of referenced earlier in the video and in the intro, like scouting, etc. And the Bundesliga Road to Glory in particular, and even the fact that I won a rare Castello Luqueba from the Crafts, I think it was, earlier this season. It's a Bundesliga high tier, Bundesliga in-season card I'm currently holding. It's been a division that has caught my attention and has been in my mind quite a lot. And whenever I come to do my Bundesliga common outfit, it's also a great way of taking the scouting that we do on the channel to a bit more of a tangible level where, very quickly, I've got a great batch of guys. Depends on how long you've been playing with commons, you've probably got something similar. And, if there is cards you're thinking about buying, at point of recording, by the way, didn't I tell you this game was good? I said it would be 2-2, didn't I? Ended up being 3-2 to Hoffenheim in the end. But, if you are going to spend money, you are going to put this team together, how do you feel when you actually put them together? Now, I had egg on my face with Mönchengladbach, so let's just pick their goalkeeper for this one next weekend. There's the boy Luqueba that we mentioned. Don't know if Guerrero will play next week, but again, in hindsight, we should have went and taken Rafi Guerrero, shouldn't we? That was a great spot. Again, I'm getting into a little bit of Road to Glory stuff here, so sorry. But Luqueba is basically a stick-on. But one thing I have found with the Bundesliga is the midfield category has been quite light. And I was saying to Harry Trades on the Deadline Show, the Sorare Deadline Show, by the way, we run every Friday here on the channel. You can find it all across all my social media outlets at 1 PM UK time, 2 hours before the Sorare weekend deadline for all the global all-star competitions. The top 4 competitions, their deadline's a little bit later. We run the Deadline Show to the main primary deadline, but in that we do lineup predictions and we talk about all the latest news that comes out of press conferences. So again, if you're a new Sorare player, or maybe you've missed it or you're unfamiliar with it, we run that every Friday here on the channel, so feel free to check that out. But what I was saying to Harry this week is this boy Johan Manzabi has been all over my timeline. All the scout accounts that I follow, I've fallen in love with this kid this year. He's been doing really well. And I said to Harry, I can't remember where, but this guy's popped on my radar. And I thought it was from Bundesliga Road to Glory Scouting, which it might have been, but it wasn't. It was the common mode here. Now, I've recently just got Ouedraogo. I got him out of the daily missions that you've seen in the intro the day before point of recording. Julian Brandt's kind of new in here as well, but beyond them two, all I've had is El Canus, who as you can see has not been doing great, and Pavlovic, who's been difficult to project. So I've actually been using this Manazabi guy as like my he was just nailed on to play most of the time, and that's how he's kind of come onto my radar. And that's a card now that I haven't seen him crop up on my Twitter sphere and seen all the scout pages raving for him. I had him in some common teams and he surprised me with some good scores. This is a player I might have bought a little bit quicker had I been a bit sharper to this angle. Something we've done before on the channel, but not anytime recently. And I think his price has maybe jumped a little bit with a wee bit of hype. But again, if you're on a budget and you're looking to find who are those guys that are about to break through, Shuto Machino, again, was in one of my common teams this weekend against St. Pauli. Come off the bench and got a goal. I've got that boy Kofan that we packed in the morning missions, and Amora as well, actually. We had him in a common team, and again, we can see Amora is starting to score really well. So again, if I was trying to idea a striker, look at that for an L6 that I can clearly see and I've felt. When I've looked at my Sorare results and I've seen my common teams, how they've done, I've got the notifications over the weekend for them. And Ouedraogo, again, is somebody I was mentioning to Harry Trades on the Deadline Show, saying watch out for this kid because he will start to pop. And he's not got much of a tail of the tape, but he is now starting to pop. His price has already moved after that 100-point score against Augsburg, maybe the 48. We'll kind of tame it down a little bit. But with me already owning this Luqueba, for example, I can build a team like this and think, imagine I did go out there. And I did, I could play a common Bundesliga goalkeeper. I've got 1 or 2 of them lying around. But imagine I did go out and I bought Amora, I bought Ouedraogo, I bought Manzabi. How well, how do I feel about this team? Would I pay money for it? How well would it score? Well, let's see this weekend and so on and so forth. As you can probably imagine, what I'm kind of driving at here. So even for me with rares, I've got one card here. I like a few of the other ones that are involved. And, you know, maybe I don't get a Mora, but I do like Odrago, I do like Manzabi. Maybe we pack some other forward cards, maybe we find someone else who we might want to unearth in the Bundesliga. And really, once you get going, you will get a lot of these cards very, very quickly. And that Bundesliga one's a bit shallow, but if you look at the Premier League one I've got, for example, I've got players of all shapes and sizes. And that's another part of this game, again, that is kind of on the grind, on the farm, on the hustle of all this. Which again, I'd kind of check in on that opening sequence. I might not have made the edit. But by just focusing the collections in, there's market credits to be captured as well. Now, I've not quite got there yet. With Nottingham Forest, I'm at 54%. And again, before I buy packs, or as I'm buying packs, I'll kind of keep tabs on what collections I've got that are kind of reigning high. Although it does say here, Forest is complete. Oh no, I think they've just changed the point structure maybe. Is that what it is? Yeah. I think that's what it is. I don't know why. It's maybe because they're all first owner or something that's just jacked up. And even all the extra limiteds that I've got, if I pick my common teams last, I can see any, you know, leftover guys I've got. I'm not 100% if they get XP. It's maybe something I should watch out for. So yeah, I really like what Sorare's done with the common game mode, and I think even for me as an experienced Sorare player, manager, it's a really engaging little part of the game. I love some wheel spins, I don't know about you, and the little carrot, the little dangle of potentially getting some market credits, as well as just uncovering some players here and there, because on this game now, particularly for in-season, getting cheap access to good scorers is an edge, you know, and getting there before the herd, getting there before the market is always a win, I think, when it comes to playing Sorare. Getting a guy that's under the radar, watch them pop, get some good scores, maybe even sell them on for a profit is something that we all enjoy doing. And the common game mode is very inexpensive. It's a free way of having just a bit more of a tangible scouting element into your Sorare game mode, or game experience. Gameplay. Now, I did want to give this new feature a try. Sorare have now updated it so that you can actually theorycraft build a team from the market in the lineup builder. So I've got here my classic Vasilj, my Castello Luqueba. I already own both of these cards, as I've already maybe referenced in the video a little bit. There's Manzabi in there for 51. Now, for reference, there is only instant buy for him available, and that's what's populated here. What I'm not sure about is if we get manager sales maybe showing up in this, or is it primary market only? Surely to offer every card it would need to be both, wouldn't it? But look at the price of rare forwards, by the way. And you know I was raging when I seen Rasmus Christensen scoring at the weekend after all the drama I had with the Road to Glory team. Absolutely gutted with that. 85, he's kind of appealing. Yeah, that's my boy Oedrago. He's 70, that's good. Yeah, so that's an alright team. It would cost me 190 quid to get off the ground, which we would need that to get to streak 3 more than once, I think, to go for it. We would be starting in Division 3 also. I don't know if this is, yeah, this is the Division 3 prize pool. So it could, you know, it could wash its face quite quickly, I guess. But yeah, always double check the secondary market, because that Amora is there at 70, so that's an instant buy. And the secondary market is at 65. Now, if you do have market credits, which I've managed to get a little bit of as well, thanks to hitting some streaks, and, you know, we're also trying to get that from the common mode, etc. So maybe the instant buy is actually cheaper than the secondary market, but just always double check that. Rare Bundesliga is maybe just a little bit. Maybe I need to craft and win one more card. Maybe that's kind of where I'm at. I wouldn't mind maybe buying, if I could get a forward, if I could win a good forward, I think that would make a difference to me, because the forwards are quite punchy, especially the Bayern boys. But yeah, we'll let the common team run out. We'll kind of see how this 5 will go together. Should we have bought it and all that good fun? It'll be kind of good to do a wee bit of theory crafting maybe in the aftermath of this one. But yeah, thanks everyone that tuned into the video today. Let me know everything you're doing with the common mode, whether you're brand new to Sorare or whether you've been around for a while, just like myself, of course. On screen are now some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. If you haven't done so already, please do hit like and subscribe for more content like this. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.